It's JMOORE, the very best reviews. Tell them, none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. We here for BMF Season 2, Episode 2, First Reaction. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Definitely appreciate all the comments. It was a little mix-up, and it was saying 12:15 instead of 1:15. So everybody that was here early, I appreciate it. The episode was still going on at that time, though. So, but nevertheless, we here. Another solid episode. I liked it. I like how this season has started. 2 good episodes and a lot to talk about in the first reaction. But overall, I enjoyed it, and I don't really have anything negative that comes off in the first reaction of this episode. I liked it. It was good, solid. A lot went on in this episode as far as progressing the story, and I'm here for it, and definitely enjoyed it. Now, we saw a lot of things happen. One of the things that we see is that Mama, she was looking good, but might be a little too late. Turn on the little, charm, because Charlie found out that she dipping in the piggy bank, opened up a credit card in her daughter's name and other things. So, that was kind of sad in a way to see that their relationship might be over with. And, she kind of, it took him looking at porn to drive her to want to come back. But, I mean, in the end, it was, I don't know. They got a lot going on. Another thing that I see is that Terry, he said that in the narration, although, he got out of the business with Meech and dealing with a partner, now he got a new Meech, which was Daddy. And I could see his frustration in the sense that it's really his business, it's his money, it's his settlement, but Pops runs it like it's his. Talking about, I don't have to ask you for, permission to hire somebody. And just, when Meech got ideas, he got to run it by him, and then he don't even have to consider it. And, I mean, not Meech, Terry. And Terry told him, like, hey, look, this is our business. We in this together. You're going to have to, run this by me. They still treating him like the kid. Do your homework. Come on now. This ain't going to work. Charles, you doing too much. I know you mean well, but at the same time, you're not considering the fact that you wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for him and his money and his unfortunate getting shot in the eye. Like, his eye is damaged for life, and you looked at that as a business opportunity for you and not for him. So you can still do what you've been doing. That was for him in his life. So I think he mean well, but I think he's not understanding that he needs to consider him more in what he's doing. Oh, snap. Camera. Technical difficulties. So, I don't know. I think that he may be right a little more in the relationship with his wife, and he definitely is wrong in the relationship with Terry. Let me get to a couple of the comments. I appreciate y'all for coming through. What's up, sis? My girl B coming through. Hit me up. One of the people to let me know about the mix-up. Appreciate you, sis. Dame Dollar in the building. One of the J1s. My day ones up in here. Appreciate you. J Doe, what's up, fam? We got Cheryl. What's up? How you doing, sis? Bob Bailey, what's good? What's good? Yes, sir. And Louisiana boy, what's good? Shout out to Louisiana boy. Been coming through the channel for a minute. And you damn right, Lamar is crazy. I told you he wasn't dead. Not only is he dead, this boy come out trying to choke him out like Kill Bill Part 2 up in this piece. He wiggled that big toe. Next thing you know, he was on the floor, choking him out. You know what I'm saying? He was ready to take buck and ready to So, you know, what up, Savannah? How you doing? That's what's up. So, yeah, that was crazy. Jordan Calloway, yes, sir. The Last of Us on HBO Max comes out this Sunday, and I will be reviewing that. So, definitely come through at about, I think, 10 o'clock is when it come on at 9, so I'll be doing my first reaction at 10. So, definitely come through for The Last of Us. Jordan Calloway, one of my longtime supporters. I appreciate you, fam, for spreading love the Brooklyn way. I appreciate it. So, yeah, definitely Lamar is crazy. And getting back to Lamar, we saw he came back with a vengeance, right? I mean, where the hell did he get this little strength? What they had in that bag of juice up in there, that wasn't no morphine. They had straight, you know what I'm saying, badger milk up in there. And he straight choked dude out with a still, barely just woke up out of coma with the strength to choke out a grown copper. I mean, you can call it what you want. Was it realistic? This, that, and the other. It was entertaining. It made me laugh. And also, it showed this dude is crazy. Now, I'm glad they showed that he was barely walking outside. I don't know how he made it out the hospital, especially with his booty cheek split with this little gown. But nevertheless, he ended up choking this cop out and getting away. And of all people, we saw Donnell Rollins come pick him up as the loyal cousin and pretty much save his ass, literally, because them cheeks was spread quite thin with that hospital gown wide open. So, I don't know what how he's going to recover, because he was still bleeding with a hole in it. Now, Donnell is the mortician. So, well, he gonna patch him up like the Undertaker, Paul Bearer. Oh, Lamar, I'm going to fix you. So, I don't know, man. And another thing, man, Coach Cop. Ooh, Coach Cop got B. Mickey on lock, don't he? He bust up in there. He like, man, what took you so long to answer the damn door? I was on the phone checking on my mom. He like, oh, yeah, well, I'm about to call the operator, and had him call the number back. All right, hold on. It was Meech. He on his way. Damn, B. Now, we did see B. Mickey's mama, and she ain't doing too well. She did ask what happened to Big Kato. So confused, not knowing which way to go. But when she asked where Kato was, he was like, we broke up. She went down south. Way down south. No. But anyway, Coach Cop got him, you know what I'm saying, on lock. And B. Mickey ended up giving up some information. Now, Meech wasn't there. And truth be told, I think he knew Meech wasn't going to be there. But he didn't pick up the dope like he was supposed to and bring it to Meech. And Terry ended up having to save the day. But now B. Mickey actually got real dirt that he didn't cause. Because he got Big Chubster. That was a big dude that got arrested. And they got some work. He said, 1.5 keys. And 2 people. One idiot jumped out the window, broke his leg. They was just waiting like, hey, dumbass, you ain't see us all sitting right here waiting? So not only is he about to go to jail, he going with a broke leg. Like they say, sometimes you run, all you go do is go to jail tired, out of breath. So anyway, B. Mickey now has earned his death for show. For show. And now, Meech, I'm surprised. That's another thing, now that I'm thinking about it. And see, that's the thing with these first reactions. You see me thinking and breaking it down in real time and coming up with it. So I'm surprised Meech didn't ask B. Mickey what happened, why you didn't come through. Or did he? And maybe I missed it. I think he did say something. He said something like he checking with his moms or something. I think that's what he said. But Meech, when they was in the record store, is that what happened? I think that's what happened. But nevertheless, I think he should be a little more suspicious than he is. I don't think Meech is suspicious enough of B. Mickey. He's starting to be a little too flaky. Not showing up, not answering, didn't bring to work. And if it wasn't for Terry, they wouldn't have had that. Now, I think that is going to inspire them to move to work in those cars, because he's going to realize that kind of gave him a cover that if they was in regular vehicles, they might not have had. Now, we saw that Terry also got put on game from Lala. And ooh la la, she was looking beautiful. And I just want to say, damn, he got lucky with this role, because if he probably didn't land this role, he may not have met her. And from what I understand, they are in a relationship. So, God bless America. Anyway, she put him on game, told him to go to the airport, get better customers, because the truth be told, he did not have a temperament for this job, because he didn't understand about taking orders and the customer's always right. And if the customer say turn this way, just turn that way. If it's not faster, oh well, that's your fault. That's where you said go, whatever. So he ended up throwing out this guy out the car earlier, and his bags that could have ruined them, especially with it being the white guy. But nevertheless, he ended up surviving that. But now he's starting to get put on game and learn the business and how to get better clientele. And then once he does that, he then learns about the airport racket. And I mean, that's life, man. Everybody gotta pay something somewhere. I mean, because the person before you did. And a lot of times people make you do something similar to what they did. Anyway, this boy infatuated with Lala, and he ready to do all that she want him to do, did, and gonna do in the future. So he did pick up some Ferrero Rocher chocolates, which are very good, and some, mints and all of that. And these mints, they used to sell them in Marshall Fields, both of those. So definitely he got put on game, because when he got a higher end customer, she enjoyed having those treats in the back and said, I was going to recommend you in the future. So it looked like he getting put on game by her. And she also mentioned that he's brought her some customers. So now they building a relationship, because that's how he ended up getting her to take him to grocery shop in the first place. So now their relationship is expanded, and we later saw that he trying to build the union at the airport. But one guy said he played him like, oh yeah, you the Flannery car service? Yeah. Hey, don't put nothing on our brochures no more. So he was trying to debo other people brochures and write something else on it so people will call. I mean, real hood, ghetto. But he young. He's still in high school, truth be told, which sometimes is hard to remember considering how much they are doing and involved with. This dude is still trying to graduate high school. So when you think about it in that regard, these kids are geniuses. Meech and Terry are geniuses, man. Look at all the things that they're doing, involved with, all the moving parts, the deadly people they're involved with and things. I mean, too bad that this genius was involved in things that cause people problems, to say the least. And whether that's a drug problem, a death problem, or whatever the case, they cause problems. Shout out to Juan Blaze for the super chat. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support. Definitely. What's up, sis? Samara in the building. What up, what up? So, yeah, man, definitely is unfortunate that couldn't have been used in a more positive way. But, again, that's life. Speaking of getting used, we later see that Meech ends up going to Cleveland. Boom, 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 boom. We got it at boom, boom, but no busy boom. Don't you be trying to mock me, man. Anyway, once he got there on East 99 is where they find him looking at Yayo, baby. They was like, we gonna end up doing business. So Meech had a cousin look straight like Pookie from New Jack. Pookie come through. He like, hey, man, we gonna get that money, man. How you get that money, man? Oh, man, you talking over my head, man. You talking over my head. I'm gonna take you over to the big man. So they end up going over to his little dudes right here. Big Yella, he the one running everything. So Meech say, hey, look, I'm gonna float you these trees. You move that, I'm gonna bring you them white girls. So they say, cool. Later we see, once Meech does bring it, that they then pull the 211 or okey doke and pull out, the gun, say we gonna keep it, we gonna change the cut. So that put Meech in a bad situation that he later had to resolve by letting somebody know, hey, look, I can touch your moms if I want. How deep you want this thing to get? I ain't the one to play with. And, we can get real medieval on that ass if it's needed. Now, that cut need to go back to where it was. And the truth be told, Meech had to do that because if he didn't come back with that money or that work to K9, he was dead. Meech knew it. He was dead. So at that moment, he really had nothing to lose because if he didn't do it, he'd be dead by K9. Or dude gonna have to kill him. Either way, I'm looking at death in the face. So give me this. And good thing dude really was soft. He was a Pop-Tart, soft in the middle. Meech went and met his mama for breakfast. So, watch was exchanged for the necklace. Anyway, we see that Meech is expanding, growing his operation, and it looks like BMF is starting to really take off. We later see also that Coach Cop, he ended up going to lunch with his new partner, Gin and Juice. And Gin and Juice said, hey, look, if you're going to get some Chinese with me, we going to get the real thing. And while he was right there about to eat, she was like, meow. So he was like, ain't no cats in this mug or no dogs, is it? I mean, I don't know. I'm used to General Tso, orange chicken. You know what I'm saying? She said, them ain't even real. So it looked like they had building a bond. And we later saw when he was giving up the information about the raid they were going to conduct, one of the dudes, was trying to get a little, cocky and question what was happening. And she had checked Lorenz Tate Jr. and let him know, hey, look, he been working on this. And if that's his intel from some perp that he's been working with, then I'm going to go with it. And he was like, all right, Coach Cop can go with that. I like Steve Harris. He's a great actor. and underrated. But that bottom lip, boy, that bottom lip, when you got in there, that meow. So that anyway, yeah, what in it? So I think that I think she actually may be legit. At first, I wasn't too sure about her and whether or not she may be a mole and a plant or something working to figure him out. I think she may be really legit. I'm about 70% she legit. And if she ends up being that mole, damn, she good. Because she definitely tricked me. And definitely probably going to trick him. So, who knows? Now, Savannah, that's a good point. I'm going to jump to that. So, you said the father going to smash the driver and the neighbor? Well, he definitely gonna smash that driver. They gonna be meeting up somewhere trying to change oils and lubrications. And she the white girl too. He want to get a little piece of that pink pudding pie, baby. Let me get a little of that pink cobbler. A little pink cobbler on the side, baby, because my wife don't want to give it up. And you know what's messed up about that? That's funny that you bring that up, is that everybody knew her except Terry, which was kind of messed up. And then he supposed to be hiring her and she supposed to be working there. But, you know, anyway, they don't treat him like part owner. So it is what it is. What y'all think about Terry's baby almost getting a triple dose of that raw? That was about to be straight murder when they was about to put that baby bottle full of raw in that for his son, and they caught that real quick. So definitely that was about to be horrible. Jay Sean, I appreciate you for coming through. Definitely appreciate the support. But if you haven't watched it yet, I am gonna be talking about it. And, you know, you don't want to get no spoilers. But you can come back. Anyway, they was looking for that Eazy-E dripping. They had to follow the drip. They couldn't find the Yola. And, boy, they found it right on time because Mama was about to get that baby that pure dope. And they put it in the baby formula, which I thought was crazy, but it was smart considering that he did get stopped by the police. Now, he was acting real strange, but it is kind of messed up that he put his, you know, son and son's mother in harm's way without them even knowing. Now, I say in harm's way because they could have got put in jail and then it would have been up to them to prove they didn't know what he was doing. And that's messed up when you put in a situation to prove you telling the truth. And he definitely couldn't look eye to eye with that officer that was questioning him. And I didn't know he went back and got his license when he went back the next day because he failed the test in that first episode. I must have missed, or I don't remember. I'm getting old, but I don't remember him going back to get it. I guess he did, and we just didn't see it. And this is the way for them to let us know he got his license. So, you know, but it was a close call. And the way that they did the script is when the officer said, "Sir, I'm gonna need you to get that precious cargo home safely." They paused as if they was about to tell him, "I'm gonna need you to get your lazy butt up out the car." But no, they didn't do that, and he ended up getting away. So, you know, that was pretty cool. T. Kemp, that was another scene that I enjoyed this episode. That was real. That if you a black person in America. I don't know about other countries because I never lived there, but I would think it's probably similar. But a black person in America, you out of line, mama, grandmama, grandpapa, you can still get it with no shame. Yeah, they may not hit as hard or whatever, and you probably could if you wanted to beat them up, but you never would. But grandma, she found out he was smoking that devil's what they call it, the devil's dandruff, smoking that devil's dust, devil's dandruff, and sure enough whacked his ass and got him up off the porch, sitting there on the phone, smoking on the bliggity. So, that was funny. And, mama, I felt bad for his mama, talking to her mama, mama and grandmama talking. And she was saying about how her life didn't turn out the way she hoped, which that's the story for most people. And she kept it real and saying, well, what's the fun in that? Which is true. You got to roll with the punches or get off the porch when the punches come from grandma. She whacked him with that cane. That was hilarious. So, definitely, was a realistic scene and it made me laugh. But it's sad that mama, truth be told, I still do not understand how they are so broke. It is not making sense. They got that settlement and they can't buy a bra for this girl or some nice clothes. They can't spend $100 at Sears. He got $100,000. Yeah, they bought 2 cars, which they shouldn't have bought 2 cars right away. There's a lot of things they should have did differently. But even with that, wow, you put every dime into the business. You have nothing. Plus, you guys still work. He still work at GM. She still got 2 jobs. Meech ain't there. That's 1 less mouth to feed. Terry ain't there. That's 2 less mouths to feed. Well, Terry there now, but I guess he could still feed himself. I just don't get it. I just don't understand this, man. You say they bought 4 cars. I thought he said they bought two cars this episode. Y'all let me know in the comments, how many cars do they have? If they bought 4 cars that fast, that's dumb. That's not how you would expand and start a business, because that put them in debt and with little cash flow and a car sitting there and they don't have an employee. That's why they needed that other driver, because you can't just have them cars sitting there. I think it was 2, and they was going to get the 3rd driver to drive in between when one of them aren't driving. That way it could always be somebody possibly moving. I'm not sure, but I thought that's what they said. Okay, everybody is saying 4. Then that's even worse of a move. I missed that. I thought they only had 2, so 4 cars, and they only have 3 drivers, just got a 3rd. That means you had 2 cars just sitting there when you could have used that capital for other things. Could have just kept it in the bank. Get them some titty holders. Damn, why you neglecting the boobies? Don't neglect the boobies. Get them up where they need to go. Get them some straps. Strap them up. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. But they can't do that. Bras don't cost that much. It's Sears. What does a bra cost? Their bill was only $100 before she got the credit card. So, and they had a bunch of stuff. She had at least 2 or 3. So, I don't know. I still don't get it. But it is what it is. One thing that I am wondering is what is going on with Terry, because he is trying to do this car business, but he's getting involved back in the dope game by getting the product from the goofballs, kid and play rejects over here. It's more like a playing kid. Playing kid over here, goofballs and dancing over here. Don't ever have a record to sell. So he come and get the stuff and make it happen. And like me say, either you in or you out. Which one is it? So I'm wondering what he thinking. Playing kid don't know what the hell going on. They big goofballs. So I don't know, man. I think that he definitely is going to get back in, and I think that he's going to mix it with the car service to transport to different states. And I think that this episode is going to show how he got that idea sparked. Because Goofball, he look like Kwame over here. I say, my name is Kwame. With the dang on Gumby with the brown. So, I don't know. But I think one of these dudes is going to die this season, too. I think Adidas is in trouble. Adidas is going to Adidas. Alright? And I wouldn't be surprised if Play would die, too. Because both of these dudes, they are, well, Goofball number one on the right. He already done got hit by a car and got caught up on some, goofball mess. He a goofy. So these two goofies, man, I can see both of them getting killed. Together, separate, whatever, But they look at him. He look goofball, surprised he about to die. He just found out the news. So, definitely, definitely they in trouble. Let me see what else happened this episode. Break it on down. What I miss? Talked about that. Talked about the business with Charles. Talking about the partner. We saw Lamar escape. Pulled a Kill Bill Volume 2. Got that big toe moving. Meech in the new connects in Cleveland. We see Terry getting a little help from Lala. And let's see. Meech and his family. Talk about Ick James. That dude ain't no Rick James. That boy more like Ick James. Ick James. Don't let him bite you. Did you see that grill? Wow. Boy gonna lock on. Lock on, baby. Follow the drip. So we got Ick James we got introduced to. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Ick James get killed too, because that's Meech's cousin. And Meech, after he had to go and check the, Bone Thugs and Harmony, more like No Thugs. Instead of Mo Thugs and Bone Thugs, they No Thugs. No Thugs in Harmony. He checked them and told them they going to have to report to the cousin from now on, which then makes him a target for retaliation. So I would not be surprised if the cousin ends up getting killed because of them being mad at Meech. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let's see. What else we saw? Mama. Where's Kato? Talking about the brazier. What do y'all think, ladies and guys? What do you think about Charles looking at the nudie magazines? Is that cheating on your wife? Is that wrong? Is he breaking vows? I'll tell you what I think. I think, no, he's not. Now, he's not cheating on his wife. Now, if you want to get technical and get biblical, as soon as you think of something, then you've done it as far as cheating. So, then that means that people cheat all the time. You think about that woman and you see her attractive and you want to sleep with her. You just did it in your heart. But if we go by the law of the land, then I would say no, that is not cheating, and she tripping since she ain't gave him no cootie coo. Cootie coo. Follow the White Owl is burning kind of slow. She ain't gave him no cootie coo in about a month. You torturing the man. What you want him to do? So, I don't know about that. I definitely don't think that dude was wrong looking at the nudie mag. So, you say she breaking marriage vows by denying your husband them draws. I know that's right. Definitely. You say they had so much to say about Meech, but what about Terry and his BM shacking up? I know, right? That's a good point, actually. And she's so sanctified. Terry did have a child out of wedlock, not married, shacking up, you know. So, I don't know. I think she has a lot of confusion that she's dealing with. And I think that she doesn't know what to do. And she felt guilty and bad that Charles had to start looking at some bootocking on the side. But of course it's her fault, because he say, I want you all the time as much as I can have you. And she wasn't trying to have that. And then once he started to pull away, so I think it would have worked if she didn't lie about the credit card stuff and put it in her daughter's name. So I don't know. We'll see. But it looked like their relationship is just about over. And I'm not sure how Meech and Terry gonna take it and their sister. It may put pressure on Terry since he in business with Pops. And if Pops does start screwing the new driver, then that definitely ain't gonna be a good look. Especially since, to be honest with you, that new driver is not prettier than his wife. I mean, as an older lady, and I'm not saying like she's a old lady, I think she's in her 40s, mid 40s, 50s in this show. I think she's really pretty. And, I think she looked nice in her little nightgown and put on her negligee, her little teddy. And he was ready at first, but then they started talking too much. She should have just walked over there and jumped his bones. She had a little smile on and everything, though. So I'm surprised that he was able to resist and walk away, considering how much he missed her and wanted her. But then again, the lie and everything, it really got to him. So, and even with this, I mean, it is full length. I mean, good grief. Even when she tried to put on something sexy, it's covering up everything. So I don't know. But communication is the key. And that's for everything. And I'm glad that this episode, Meech even said, we got to communicate better. Now, at the end, he said, you only take orders from me and not my brother. And we even saw Meech and Terry fight. That's one thing I missed. They fought at the movie theater, throwing blows. It took somebody breaking them up, saying they called the cops for them to stop. So it looked like their relationship is finally on the rocks for good for a minute. Well, if it's for a minute, it ain't for good. So I'll say for a minute. And for a minute, I mean more than whatever they was going through before with the high and by and how long it took. This definitely going to take longer, and they're going to go through more. Get a little bit of gin up in me. Agua. All right. About time to wrap it up. But before I do, it's time for the MOORESCORE. where I give my rating on the episode. So let's get ready to do that. I appreciate everybody for coming through and hearing the breakdown. Let's do it. Now, the MOORESCORE is my rating system. 4 simple categories, 25 points each, give you a total of 100. You can always drop that 0 and get a hero, or you can just get a score of 1 to 10. I always leave a 0.5 differential margin for, if you think his score is up or down. Let's get to it. The visuals and cinematography. So they do a good job with this show. It looks old on purpose. It looks grimy. I like some of the things that they showed this episode. Nothing visually spectacular. But just, I guess Cleveland didn't look too much different than Detroit at that time. We did get to see a little negligee, but overall, just the look of the show is pretty good. They don't have a lot of visually appealing places to show in Detroit or Cleveland. With that said, for visuals and cinematography, I'm going to give it a 20. All right. We also have storyline and plot for this episode, which I think was very good. Kept the, show moving. It was entertaining. And I would give that a 20 also. Let's see. For special effects, makeup, and costume, I think that everybody looks good for the period. The costumes are on point. It's not many special effects unless normally they shoot somebody or something, but it's not a special effects driven show. But overall, the clothes, the look, all of that is great in costumes. So I would give that a 20. And last but not least, entertaining fun factor. I really liked this episode. It was good. I was entertained. It had a good pace. Not too many things I can really point out that's a negative. Not anything that would make it the greatest or one of the best I've ever seen on a TV show. So I would give it a 20 also, which would bring this to a total MOORESCORE of 80. Okay? 80 is what I give it, which you can drop the 0 and have a score of 1 to 10 equal to an 8. Now, I always have the option of 0.5 differential in either direction. So if you really like this episode and you really enjoyed it, then you could put a 25 in the final category, which is the +5, because I gave it a 20, and that means you would give it an 8.5 in the entertaining fun factor category, which is a case for that. And if you think it wasn't all that, it was okay with other stuff, you could always give it a 7.5 if that's how you feel. And I could understand, and you make a case for that. Okay? With that being said, you let me know, what is your MOORESCORE? Okay? Tell me in the comments, and I'll respond to some of the comments. I appreciate everybody for coming through. This BMF Season 2 has kicked off. It's fire. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to doing more reviews and breaking it down. Everybody, appreciate the super chats. And everybody have a good night. Peace. And I'm out of here. Deuces.